Un capítulo más, un día más. Vale, confirmo que todo esté en su sitio. Vale, ahora sí. Vale. Listo. Continuamos. Gracias. Bien, vamos allá. Bajar un poco el volumen, que nunca viene mal. Ahí, perfecto. Todo está ahí. Vamos a darle. Bien, vamos a ver qué se ha terminado y qué no. Vamos a quedar por historia ahora sí, porque hemos terminado toda la mierda esa. Tenemos todo esto. Importante. Desviada, soldados, espada helada.
All right.
Vale. Agente doble.
Let's see what we have.
Vale. Conseguir hierbas, nada. Rutas de escape para los agentes del bosque.
At your service.
Pierde esto. Vamos a ver que el capítulo anterior estuvimos haciendo limpieza de inventario. Bien. Vale, tenemos la nueva varilla. Sí. Daño contra los vivos. Magia, runa de letal, mago en 19. Pues ya estamos, vamos para la misión. Ah, no. Ay, Dios mío, me había olvidado de que esa misión tengo que ir directamente. Parléis. No la van a copiar. Vale. 12 a 15 y ya estoy ahí a 19.
Crestwood has had no further trouble with the...
Vale, dale.
We have to reach the Empress before Corypheus. The only question is, how?
We know how. I have our way in. The real question is, where is our enemy hiding? At the urging of Grand Duchess Florian, the Empress is holding a ball. Absolutely everyone will be there. During the festivities, Celine will be meeting for peace talks with the usurper Duke Gaspard and Ambassador Briala. The assassin must be hiding within one of these factions.
What do we know about Duke Gaspard?
The man who would have been Emperor. He's Celine's cousin, and was first in line to inherit the throne when Emperor Florian died. Celine outmaneuvered him. She won over the Council of Heralds, who hold authority over title disputes. She became Empress, and he a general in the Imperial Army. He's well loved by the troops. He's also a Chevalier. Most of their number sided with him when he turned on the Empress.
Aren't the Chevaliers part of the army? Why would they follow the Duke?
Most Chevaliers are sworn to serve the crown, but that does not give them faith in the person wearing it. The Empress has tried to improve relations with
Madre
Ferelden and
mía,
Navarra.
clases de historia.
The Chevaliers see her as anti-military. They believe Gaspard could lead the Empire back to the glory of Draken's expansion years.
Claro que sí. No causa ningún problema interno ni nada por el estilo. Ah,
Who is this Ambassador Briala?
An ambassador in name only, she has organized the elves of Halam Shiral into an underground army. The Empress invited her to the peace talks in a bid to gain the elves' alliance in the war. That would be scandal enough, without the rumor that Briala is a jilted lover of Celine's. A personal grudge and a network of saboteurs at her command. Promising lead.
Wait. The elven leader is a jilted lover of the Empress?
It's not widely known. Just a rumor whispered among the palace servants a few years ago.
bueno, sabemos
If
que va
it's
a
true
morir.
and where to get out. The Empress and an elf. The scandal could destroy Celine's court. Even if a lie, Briala could use it to blackmail the Empress. She has some connection to the throne.
Tell me everything we know about the Empress.
Empress Celine is a renowned diplomat and reformer. She works tirelessly to secure peace for the Empire. Unfortunately, many Orlesians view peace as complacency. She has yet to name an heir, leaving the future of the Empire in doubt if anything happens to her. Especially when the next in line is her cousin Gaspard, who's made few friends on the Council of Heralds. Celine is surrounded at all times by countless guards, courtiers, servants, and vassals. What better place for an assassin to hide than the Empress's own household?
How can Gaspard still be next in line while he wages war against his Empress?
The title Grand Duke indicates that he was a prince before the Empress took the throne.
Do we need to go to the peace talks? The Empress must have personal guards. We could just warn her she's in danger.
We've made the attempt, but... It seems that our messages never reached her. Someone intercepted them.
It's better that we don't leave this to chance. If Orlais falls to Corypheus,
Vale,
no land is
dos
safe.
facciones. ¿Cómo no?
We shouldn't waste any time.
Mientras antes
Let's go to the
teníamos los
Winter Palace.
templarios y los magos, ahora están los guerreros y los conspiradores. No me gusta esto, pero voy a pillarme Barrick, Tyrion y Cassandra. Me gusta esa combinación porque tienes a los tres y además... A ver que los templarios rojos... Vale, me pillo bien porque es noble, si no, no la pillaría. No voy a ir con una elfa. Me refiero a la elfa esta en particular, porque me cago en todo. Esas personas que no quieres llevarlas a ningún sitio por bochorno propio. Ay, es que es muy divertida ya.
The political situation in Halam Shiral hangs by a thread. The Empress fears our presence could sever it. The Grand Duke is only too happy to have us at the ball as his guests, so our invitation comes from him. Whether we act as his allies or upset the balance of power, he gains an opportunity, if not a clear advantage.
Oh, es el único que lleva una armadura de dragón ahí.
Inquisitor Adar, it is my great pleasure to meet you. Bringing the Templars into your ranks was not just a brilliant military move, but a clever political ploy as well. Imagine what the Inquisition could accomplish with the full support of the rightful Emperor of Orlais.
Exactly what would be required to get that Imperial support?
I am not a man who forgets his friends, Inquisitor. You help me, I'll help you. Prepared to shock the Assembly by appearing as the guest of a hateful usurper, my lord? They will be telling stories
Para
of
ver
this
si el volumen se va muy
into the
abajo.
next age.
Can't imagine that crowd has seen anything better than us in their entire lives.
I knew we would get along famously, Inquisitor. As a friend, perhaps there is a matter you could undertake this evening. This elven woman, Briala, I suspect that she intends to disrupt the negotiations. My people have found these ambassadors all over the fortifications. Sabotage seems the least of their crimes.
Tell me there's more to your suspicion than the elves were acting dodgy?
That Ambassador Briala used to be a servant of Celine's. That is, until my cousin had her arrested for crimes against the Empire to cover up a political mistake. If anyone in this room wishes Celine harm, Inquisitor, it's that
Madre mía.
she certainly has reason. Be as discreet as possible. I detest the game, but if we do not play it well, our enemies will make us look like villains. We're keeping the court waiting, Inquisitor. Shall we?
Ahora me dice que todos los que están aquí son malos.
Is that the Inquisitor?
An ox? Possible.
That's not the Inquisitor. It's just somebody's pet.
Oh! Wait there! Whatever your name is, have you seen a ring?
¿Eres
It's
sordo o tonta?
very important, and I need it back. It was a gift from the Countess Montbelliard, enchanted by the Fomari. I cannot go into the ball without it.
That's a terrible predicament.
If the Countess finds, should you have...
Ahora aquí tenéis.
Mika, what am I going to do if I cannot find my ring?
Is this the ring you were looking for?
You are a treasure! I cannot believe you found it! You have saved me a lifetime of mortification. How can I thank you enough?
Vale.
Enjoy the party.
Tengo miedo de que la próxima misión sea rollo. Pilla una pelota, ponte encima y haz unos malabares. Vale, mejor que explore por si las moscas. Madre mía, el ligoteo.
Can Gaspar take the throne without the backing of the Council of Heralds? Plans to take the throne. In the capital.
They don't have a report on the casualty.
¿Qué? Requiere más estatuillas de jala. Vale, veo.
Are all the Delancey's here?
I hope not.
Pues nada, vamos con los puzzles.
Do you mind? We don't wish to be disturbed. Any word from the front lines?
My spies said the bodies were beyond counting.
Surely the Empress will put an end to the war tonight.
Pray, my friend. If the Maker does not hear us now, just pray.
Vale.
Interesting.
No digas más. Algo que... Uy. Vale, he pillado algo y no sé lo que he pillado.
What is Lady Pentecost wearing?
Ay, acepto el oro, pero no acepto lo otro. Vamos al almacén a ver qué encontramos.
Where has that servant gone? Elves.
Es decir, que no he pillado nada. Curioso.
All the Delonces here.
Maker,
Are all
I
the
hope.
Delonces here?
Maker, I hope not.
Así que... Vale. Pues es que no voy a vender. Vale. Vale, tiene pinta que volvemos para adentro.
Inquisitor, a moment, if you please. I must warn you before you go inside. How you speak to the court is a matter of life and death. It is no simple matter of etiquette and protocol. Every word, every gesture is measured and evaluated for weakness.
I'll keep my guard up. Don't worry.
The game is like Wicked Grace played to the death. You must never reveal your cards. When you meet the Empress, the eyes of the entire court will be upon you. You are safer
¡Ay,
setting
politiqueo!
up.
Me encanta porque en muchos juegos de rol el politiqueo está tan mal hecho que es rollo... Y me encanta que haya gente que juegue y prácticamente dice todo sobre su familia, quién es, dónde viene. Yo soy tal de tal persona. Digo, claro que sí.
It might be a good idea for the others to hear this warning. Cassandra is usually not the subtle or cautious type.
I'll have a few discreet words. Everything will be fine.
Vale, bien.
And Raste watch over us all.
Es que lo estoy viendo. Solo falta la pelotita y unos malabares. Ahí rollo, ¡guau, madre mía! La corte se aburre y de golpe ves al inquisidor que se sube una pelota y empieza a hacer malabares y es una de... ¡Madre mía! ¿Qué...? Y en ese momento dices... ¿En qué momento eso se convirtió en un juego divertido? ¿O en qué momento todo el politiqueo pasó a convertirse en una pantomima? Ah, es verdad. La política siempre fue un circo andante, como el que tenemos ahora mismo. No sé si lo dijo un comediante, pero los mejores cómicos son políticos.
How can they call this a vestibule? It's a foyer.
Oh, yeah.
Please, it's barely half the size of the foyer in the Imperial Palace. It's okay.
What is Gaspar?
Interesting. Waste of time.
arriba. Vale.
How long can Orzammar hold out with trade disrupted? We have reserves.
Mira,
Who does
enanos.
Orzammar favor in the negotiations tonight?
King Edukan has put considerable coin behind the Empress and hopes the trade.
Is that the Inquisitor?
How could the Empress afford to renovate the palace without war going on?
I heard that it wasn't renovations at all. The palace was damaged by Gaspar's catapults.
He fired on the Winter Palace? That's monstrous.
A ver, con los colegas.
This dress uniform is preposterous. Formal armor would have been better.
Shit. I just saw two dwarves from the Merchants Guild go inside. If anyone asks, I'm not here.
It will take some time to get our men into the palace. I'll alert you when we're ready.
Me encanta que Cassandra, siendo militar, lleve una armadura, bueno, no una armadura, una ropa más o menos militar. Porque técnicamente es eso, llevar ropa que puede ser considerada militar.
I heard the Grand Duke invited the Inquisition here. The guest wing is not open to the public at this time, Inquisitor.
I had no idea.
Why are there so many elves here?
The
Que vais a farmear aquí.
Good to know.
I can hardly believe Gaspar and Celine are in the same.
Grand Duchess Florian must have worked a miracle to get them here.
Joder, estoy implicado.
And now presenting Grand Duke Gaspard de Chalon, and accompanying him, Lord Inquisitor Adar.
Y eso-
Shepherd and leash of the wayward Order of Templars, purger of the heretics from the ranks of the faithful,
Remember to smile. This is all for show, my dear.
champion of the Blessed Andraste herself.
Did you see their faces? Priceless.
Accompanying the Inquisitor, Seeker, Cassandra, Allegra, Portia, Calogera, Philomena,
Get on with it.
Pantagast, 14th cousin to the King of Navarra, 9 times removed, hero of Orlais, right hand of...
Cousin, my dear sister,
Grand Duke, we are always honored when your presence graces our court.
don't waste my time with pleasantries, Celine. We have business to conclude.
We will meet for the negotiations after we have seen to our other guests.
Inquisitor?
Lord Inquisitor, we welcome you to the Winter Palace. Allow us to present our cousin, the Grand Duchess of Leeds, without whom this gathering would never have been possible.
What an unexpected pleasure. I was not aware the Inquisition would be part of our festivities. We will certainly speak later, Inquisitor.
Your arrival at court is like a cool wind on a summer's day.
I'm delighted to be here, Your Majesty.
We have heard much of your exploits, Inquisitor. They have made
Mira,
grand
todas estas
tales
opciones.
for long evenings.
Como
How
evitar
do
hay un
you find
asesino.
Haram Shiral?
I have no words to suffice. Alam Shiral has many beauties, and I couldn't do them justice.
Your modesty does you credit, and speaks well for the Inquisition. Feel free to enjoy the pleasures of the ballroom, Inquisitor. We look forward to watching you dance.
Es que estoy...
Inquisitor, a word when you have a moment.
Uy, se me cerró sin verla sin capucha ahí.
Tell me, Yvette, how are my
Joder, también... Joder, no me extraña que la vayan a matar. Prácticamente.
The Templars have returned to the faith.
We can hope this is a sign of things to come.
Joder, si está ahí la señora ahí, prácticamente me puedo pasar y no
I
me
have
ocurre
hoped
nada.
to tour the royal wing gardens.
Inquisitor, did you need something? The sooner we track down this infiltrator, the better.
Pity the wings here.
Have you not?
I'll let you know at once if I do. Orlesian, there are a few here we can trust. Be careful.
Who do you think, Thing?
Gaspard's claim to the throne is fair. Orlais needs someone capable of responding to the crisis at hand. A military-minded leader seems the best.
You've attracted him.
I don't know. They won't leave me alone.
I take it.
At this point, the headache I'm...
We'll talk.
I wait.
Vale.
I heard Celine was having the entire wing redecorated, but the timing was
Vale, tenemos aquí.
Laurent was the... Perhaps we can speak later, Inquisitor.
Did you just grab my bottom?
Have you heard from your nephew?
Not since his regiment joined the fighting.
Are all the Delancey's here?
Baker, I hope not.
Vale, otra persona
Are all
por
the
otro
Delancey's
lado.
here?
Pues
Are you
aquí.
up, Baker? I hope not.
Josephine! Oh, Josephine!
Inquisitor, please allow me to present to you my younger sister, Yvette Gabriella Montigny.
Delighted.
Inquisitor, I've heard some... Josephine, is it true you found the Red Templars sacrificing heretics and drinking blood from mages' veins?
Yvette?
Everyone in Antiva City is saying so. Is it true?
There was dark magic there, yes. But none of it so visceral.
Oh, did you check everywhere?
That's quite enough, Yvette.
This may be my only...
Oh, yes. As she told you about when she was 10 and...
Yvette, stop.
Fine. What about when we were climbing the cliffs by the...
No.
She once told the Duke of...
Absolutely not.
She still plays with her doll collection when no one's looking.
Yvette, that's absurd. Absolutely preposterous.
Which power should...
Celine has held the throne successfully for years. I see no profit in ousting her. Gaspard has run military campaigns, but never a kingdom. His transition would be, let us say, chaotic.
Tell me about...
She would forget to mention the artists. You should be proud, Josie.
Have you actually sat down and finished?
I must wait.
And I must wait for your Twitter spins.
Enjoying...
I see
The dancing.
Yvette.
Sorry, Josie.
Go on, just...
Half Royal must be empty. So many of the Empire's finest are in attendance. They've noticed the Empress paying you special attention, but they don't quite know how to take advantage of it yet. This uncertainty won't last long, I'm afraid.
I'll see you later.
Another...
Vale.
Is it true the Inquisitor was headed out of the Fade by Andraste?
And here we are. You haven't embarrassed yourself as much as I feared. Well done, my dear.
Any words of...
Speak to the Council of Heralds. 6 of them are here tonight. The 7th member, his absence will complicate. The Council are the highest-ranking players of the game. They see everything. They might know something we can use.
I've always wondered, what's the
We all wear masks, my dear, not just the people in Orlais. Who you are as a son, a lover, a friend, is not the same man who speaks for Andraste and leads the Inquisition. Orlesians codify this truth, make it visible. By giving each of these selves its own separate face, they believe they can be their truest selves, unmasked.
anything happen?
Strange that I haven't seen much of Grand Duchess Florian. One could always find her clinging desperately to the Empress's skirts before.
It seems like you...
This is the game, Inquisitor. Of course I enjoy it. If I didn't, I'd be dead by now.
Tell me, Vivienne, where do you...
What I want is irrelevant, darling. Orlais requires stability, and that is best served by Empress Celine.
Be ready to act when I...
Always.
I still remember the day they came to tell. Are you married?
I'm married to my work.
Still single? Another time, perhaps?
Ok, supongo. Joder, unos cuadros bastante peculiares.
Good. I was hoping it would catch you. What did the Duke say?
He points the finger at Ambassador Briala.
The ambassador is up to something, but she can't be our focus. The best place to strike at Celine is from her side. Empress Celine is fascinated by mysticism, foreseeing the future, speaking with the dead, that sort of rubbish. She has an occult advisor, an apostate who charmed the Empress and key members of the court as if by magic. I've had dealings with her in the past. She is ruthless and capable of anything.
How can Celine openly keep an apostate in the Imperial...
The Imperial Court has always had an official position for a mage. Before now, it was little better than court jester. Vivian was the first to turn that appointment into a source of real political power. When the circles rebelled, technically every mage became an apostate. The word lost much of its strength.
You think she's controlling?
She's worth investigating. Both leads. I'll coordinate with us.
This ball is a waste of time, like all Orlesian foolishness. Let's find the Venatori collaborator and get out of here.
Have you wit...
Nothing yet. I will let you know.
You don't seem to care.
Orlesians Yes, let us treat We are here. The Empire would be better off without her. Gaspard.
You support the civil...
Of course not. Chaos is what Corypheus wants, and we must oppose him. Were it up to me, however, I would let Celine fall and Gaspard take the throne. He would see the true threat, not spend his time throwing balls and writing letters.
I don't suppose you'd like to dance, Lady Cassandra.
Now? This is hardly the time. We're here to find a killer, not dance.
Stay alert. We don't know where the enemy is hiding.
I'll be watching for trouble. The sooner we leave this place, the better.
Is it true the Assembly is considering naming another paragon?
for Smith. Unlikely.
Vale. Vale. Esta ropa se ve bien peli.
Leave us.
The package is in the guest wing. Upper room.
The one of the garden. Statuette.
The last two people we sent to the servants.
Vamos a investigar.
Waste of time.
Gaspard is waiting.
Might be something here. Better take a closer look.
Ay.
Just gossip.
Well, well, the Inquisitor. Here as a guest of my nephew, no less. How curious.
I didn't know the Grand Duke was your...
He's my brother's. He was. What else should he do with his life if not fight for his destiny?
Have you noticed?
My niece Florian hasn't spoken to me all evening. That's not like her. If you are hoping for it's war. It is brutal and terrible.
Another time.
Get these pastries out to the diplomats.
The Duchess has asked for too many. I can't carry them all.
You don't want to be here, stranger.
He hasn't made the pickup. It's been hours.
You went into the servants' wing. Nobody's come out of there all night.
I'll tell Briella we have a situation.
This way is closed. Please, use the main entrance to the ballroom.
Get these pastries out to the diplomats.
The Duchess has asked for too many. I can't carry them all.
Well, well. What's this?
Did I see you talking to Duke Cyril?
Does anyone
Give me
really
that.
think
I've
the
seen
war
the
will
way
end
you looked at
tonight?
Philippe should have returned hours ago, dallying with some serving girl while I deal with Gaspard's vitriol.
I can't imagine, Gas.
The Grand Duke bears a grudge. He's threatened. What backwater did you come from? Everyone... Good evening.
Joder.
My My lord! My lord Inquisitor!
May we have a word? It is very important.
The Empress has sent us with a message for you.
How can I be certain?
We three wear the masks of House Valmont.
They signify that we are part.
They are also extremely fashionable.
I am all.
Oh, she is the
Empress Celine is eager to assist the Herald of Andraste in his holy...
She will pledge her full support to the Inquisition as soon as the usurper Gaspard is defeated.
Let me guess. All she wants in return.
Oh, this is not meant as a bargain by any means, Inquisitor.
The support of the Empress is not conditional.
The Empress is the most skilled diplomat in Thedas. Gaspard is hopelessly up.
But we have taken enough.
Please.
This is a private conversation.
Interesting.
You must be mistaken.
No, I'm quite certain it was blood on the tiles.
If they're playing the game, they're not doing it very well. You don't leave evidence if you play to win.
With Gaspard and that elf woman here, the only one playing to win is Celine.
Is it true the Inquisitor was handed out of the faith by Andraste? We can only hope Celine prevails tonight. Get...
Waste of time.
Is it true the Inquisitor was handed out of the faith by Andraste?
Are all the Delancers here?
Maker, I hope not.
I need to get back before I missed.
You only say that because you fancy the Empress's pet apostate. It sickens me to think of the chaos those Maleficarum are causing across the Empire.
Even you cannot deny that the Templars abandoned the faithful in their darkest hour. How can you condone that? They are the ones who should be brought to heel, if you ask me.
Bueno. Joder. de verdad. Vale, ya lo estoy viendo. Más rápido.
That's the bell. I should get back to the ballroom. That would be the second bell. Fashionably late now.
Y fue un pícaro. Ay, madre mía. Joder. Ay, por Dios.
Third bell. Crap. Now I'm just plain late. Better get back to the party.
Gaspar is wasting his time. Nothing he does could win a verdict.
I had no idea.
I heard the Inquisition was here.
Joder, yo ya... Voy a tirarlos en la fuente.
I heard the Inquisition was here.
¿Cómo hacer las cosas mal? A ver, pasar información, a ver si me dicen algo y...
Gaspar is wasting his
No se puede ir al jardín. Uf, qué pereza me da. Vale, voy a intentar ir por arriba.
How has the lyrium trade dropped off so sharp?
So much fighting, it should be higher than ever.
My contact said there's a new supply.
Sé que estoy haciendo todo esto mal. Y no sé cómo...
Well, well. What have we here?
¿Quién es?
The leader of the new Inquisition. Fabled herald of the faith.
Oh, madre mía.
Delivered from the grass
Tanto tiempo,
fade by the hand of blessed Andraste herself. What could bring such an exalted creature here to the Imperial Court, I wonder? Do even you know?
You may never know. Courtly intrigues and all that.
Such intrigues obscure much, but not all. I am Morrigan. Some call me advisor to Empress Celine on matters of the arcane. You have been very busy this evening, hunting
Vas
in
a ver a una
every dark
vieja
corner
amiga
of
que te
the
va a encantar.
palace. Perhaps you and I hunt the same prey.
I hope so. I could use another ally here.
A sentiment I share, considering recent events.
Recent events?
Recently I found and killed an unwelcome guest within these very halls. An agent of Tevinter. So I offer you this, Inquisitor. A key found on the Tevinter's body. Where it leads, I cannot say. Yet if Celine is in danger, I cannot leave her side long enough to search. You can.
You left Celine alone. Is that wise?
I must return to her and not. It would be a great fool who strikes at her in public in front of all her court.
What's your interest in...
Do I seem a bodyguard to you? If anything were to happen to Celine, there are sharks in the water, and I will not fall prey to them. Not now.
Why did you kill...
I would not have slain... Why? I did not... What intentions the Imperium has here, I suspect you know far better than I.
I may find the time.
Proceed with caution. What comes...
Ahí Morrigan. Uno de los acompañantes del 1. Ya que muchos personajes, a ver... A mí me ayuda bastante lo que dice. No.
Is that the Inquisitor? He's not very good looking, is he, poor man?
Lady Von Blanchard, Duchess of Valmontaigne, Chevalier of the Empire.
Maximilian
Look at Lady Candian's slippers. Trimmed with... And those buckles. Toss her into the lake and she'll sink right to the
Lo de
bottom.
los zapatos.
What a disaster.
There's a Tevinter...
Everyone needs a hub. Gold and jewels. She is unconcerned. But Lady Cambian's family. So, these are all useful questions, no?
You're different here than in Skyhold?
This is Halam Shiral, Inquisitor. Of course, everyone is... I learned this. All this? For some of us, it has become so familiar that the...
What do you think the...
What we need most of all is a stable Ole. Either Celine or Gaspard can give us that.
I found that...
Very interesting. A little more dirt. If you find more, let me know.
Have you seen it?
Oh, yes. But no sign of our Tevinter info.
I should go.
At all.
Why would the Empress invite that elf woman?
The game.
Inquisitors, to what do we owe
something
this?
up her sleeve.
Their Imperial Majesty is unfortunately occupied at present.
My investigations turned up something interesting. Perhaps you could tell me something. We haven't...
How rude. My Lord Inquisitor?
And Lady...
And of course, Lady Fleur.
I'd like to know more.
Her Majesty...
She is rich.
She doesn't care much for liver, and she drinks her tea black.
I'd like to know more about the negotiations. It seems...
Oh! By your Legion tradition.
Aparte de buscar info,
The ball is an
me
opportunity to
gusta.
celebrate life and hope for the future, while we mourn those killed in the war.
What can you tell me?
Gaspard is a...
He is better suited.
He's also
Lady.
even if
She is an idealist, but
What is the...
peace is her...
Gaspard.
the war must end tonight. We must conclude this to deal with the larger crisis.
If the evening...
Her Imperial...
She is also a respect.
And she throws the best parties.
Good evening.
Until next...
Do take.
Enjoy them.
My friend, come. If you're as delighted by the court as I am, there's a decant.
I'd like to know more...
All of Orlais knows my story. The heart of it is simple. But they gave the crown to her. And while it looks fetching on her...
What's your claim to the throne?
The 100 Days cough swept Valroya in 877. It killed thousands of children. There are only 3 living grandchildren of Emperor Judicael I. Myself, my sister Floriane, and Celine. And I am the eldest. By rights, the crown should have...
If you're the rightful heir...
I am the oldest, but I lack the Valmont name. My mother was... Celine is a Valmont. Her honored father was my mother's brother. But she is the youngest. When there is any doubt surrounding the Celine outplayed me, forming alliances on the council for support. So they passed over me in her favor.
So you intend to out...
It will take heroic effort on my part, Inquisitor. The talks will take most of the evening. Make her willing, we will emerge triumphant.
I have a question about the peace talks. What are you hoping to achieve?
I intend to take back what is rightfully mine. Celine stole the crown through politics. The Empire has been mired in intrigue for too long. We need a clear course of action.
What action?
The Empire is declining. We cannot allow Nevarra and Ferelden to chip away our border. I will see Orlais return to glory as the strongest nation in betrayed us.
You say you hate politics, but you're here.
I can play the game when I must. If I couldn't, I'd be... But it is not my choice. Celine as my I would prefer to settle this on the battlefield. But for Florian...
What will be going on in these...
We will whittle one another down with words until we are bored into agreement. Celine will talk circles around us. That elf will glub. Somehow, by the time they stop serving drinks, our war will be ended. Politics.
What calamities befall us?
If we're lucky, another war? I cannot abide the game, my friend. I prefer my enemies armed and facing me. Give me a bat. When I am... The nobles may not like it, but after a few lose their heads, they'll fall in line.
You didn't extend this invitation out of the goodness of your heart, Gred.
As you might have guessed, if the noble... And I take joy in watching the scandalized expressions when they see us together.
We'll speak
another time.
Doesn't look like the negotiations are
I
going
have an
well.
idea, Josephine.
If the
We should
Inquisitor
invite
is
all
here
the
with
families.
Casper,
Guide that we
Every
summon.
nightingale makes me nervous.
I will visit fortified cast.
Are all the Denonces here?
Maker, I
I'm so glad Maman did not want to attend.
She always ruins everything. Not as much as you.
My dear Maximilian. Another time, perhaps?
Mistress Nightingale, what a pleasure to see you again. You look radiant.
So many crimes of fashion. I always...
Anyone have a report on the casualties in the days?
Inquisitor Adar. The stories claimed you were barely capable of speech. You haven't dazzled the... What brings you to me?
I want to know more about the peace talks. What can you tell me about Celine and...
Gaspard is a warmonger. He served in the war against Ferelden and fought a dozen skirmishes on the Navarran border. He's a simple man. Simple men aren't hard to manipulate. But reason is cautious. Reason looks for compromise. However sorely it may be needed.
I had a question about you, Brit.
I'm an elf, Inquisitor. That should tell you I'm good at what I do. And so that matters. I will help my people no matter the cost. Empress Celine and I... There was a time when I put my spies at... We had a falling out. Now we are negotiating to determine whether I return to her side in the war.
What do you mean?
She betrayed me. Turned me over to the guards on a trumped-up chop. It wasn't personal. It's the game. It wouldn't do to let the court know she had an elven.
If she doesn't win you back to her side?
I have contingency plans. I'm not a child putting all my hopes on us. This evening gives me access to Duke Gaspard. He's challenging. Not as progressive or persuadable as his cousin. But with time and sufficient blackmail, he might work with us.
You just told me you have reason to betray the Empress.
I know it's in few harbor, but if she died, an elf assassinating the Empress? Alienage is a crime.
I've been told you...
I didn't take you for a gossip monger. I suppose your spies have already... But we've gone our separate ways now.
You might be interested in what I've found. We'll speak...
Another...
Did you see Gaspard?
I would love to hear about your time in camp.
He and Celine aren't getting any
Another time.
Oh, sweet Gérard. My fifth husband fell to his death.
Ah!
Vale, hay que entrar por aquí y ir hasta aquí.
Dowager, don't make eye contact. She wouldn't want.
Vale, se puede. Ah, por Dios.
This could be worth checking out.
Pantalla de carga. Nada, pantallas de carga oscuras, frías y llevaderas. Es un poco confuso lo... Joder. ¿En serio?
Someone will be held accountable for this.
Must be the elves Briala's people are looking for.
Hay que saquearlo todo. Así. Vale. Uf. Ay, madre mía, lo que me cuesta.
servant. What's he doing here?
This man was a Council of Herald's emissary. Curious to find him here.
The crest of the Chalon family. Duke Gaspard will answer for this.
Time to have a word with the Duke.
Oh, me gustan estos enemigos. Y el diseño ese es una pasada.
Venatori agents! That must be the Venatori leader. The Venatori were watching this approach. They're organized.
Joder, ¿en serio? Tío, esto me jode muchísimo, tío. Ay, Dios, que se me ha aquí para sacarle el coso. Tío, en serio. Más puta misión. Mal, por lo menos dentro del combate no me está quitando mierda. Y para eso, tío. Buah, madre mía, estoy aquí, voy haciendo exploración, viendo si encuentro cosas interesantes. Tío, es que de verdad me jode muchísimo. Ay, es que no estás en la fiesta, por lo tanto pierdes aquí los puntos de aprobación de la partida. Y eso lo por culo. Tío, es que de verdad no me pongas aquí para investigar. No me pongas para investigar cuando... Es que tío, me ponen muy de los nervios estas mierdas. ¡Guau! Tienes para investigar. ¿En serio? Sí, hay combates. Pero me fliparía, tienes para investigar aquí, obtener mi información, mil mierdas. No me dejas explorar porque pierdes tal. No sé cuál es la... eso. En serio, ¿quién se le ocurre estas cosas de... Guau, vamos para el politiqueo. Guau, madre mía, politiqueo. No, no va a haber politiqueo. Es que me pueden mucho. Pero muchísimo. El tema de que... Madre mía, vamos a hacer... Y vas a hacer como el juego que metiendo politiqueo. ¿Qué podría ser mal? Ah, bueno, se pueden olvidar, no debería. Porque si no me puedes poner esto y que al mismo tiempo me estén quitando puntos de aprobación de la corte cuando tienes todo esto.
Fancy meeting you here. Shouldn't you be dancing, Inquisitor? What will the nobility say?
No doubt there's a line of people breathlessly waiting for dances with me.
I wouldn't be surprised if there was. You cleaned this place out. Will take a month to get all the Tevinter blood off the marble. I came down to save or avenge my missing people. But you've beaten me to it. So, the Council of Herald's emissary in the courtyard. That's not your work, is it?
He was dead when I arrived.
I expected as much. You may have arrived with the Grand Duke, but you don't seem to be doing his dirty work. I knew he was smuggling his chevaliers. But killing a council emissary? Bringing Tevinter assassins into the palace? Those are desperate acts. Gaspard must be planning to strike tonight.
Are you sure he's behind this? He was too easygoing for a man plotting treason.
Don't let his charm blind you. He's Orlesian. That smile is his
Estás
mask.
echando de ti, ahora que lo
misjudged you,
pienso. Asesinos,
You might just be an
una
ally
tipa de
worth having.
espionaje.
What could you do with an army of elven spies at your disposal? You should think about it.
You know how to make a sales pitch, Ambassador. I'll give you that.
I do, don't I? I know which way the wind is blowing. I'd bet coin that you'll be part of the peace talks before the night is over. And if you happen to lean a little bit our way, it could prove advantageous to us both. Just a thought.
More politics and double-dealing. Is there anyone here who is not corrupt?
It's the game, my dear. Everyone plays it here.
Por favor, déjame. Vale, por lo menos no está bajando como antes. Hostia, pero que lo que quiero yo es investigar. Déjame investigar, joder. Me parece ridículo que esté aquí viendo que hay mierdas, hay cosas que quiero mirar y... El juego no me deja investigar, no me deja hacer una mierda. Y si estamos aquí con temas de politiqueo... Venga.
They can take you!
Ay, Dios mío, es que es puramente absurdo esto. Yo lo siento, me hago 40 como empezamos. Ah, no, 39.
We are in your debt, Inquisitor.
the ballroom. We'll handle this.
Ahora vamos allá, enfrentémonos a este señor que no tiene nada que ver, yo es que me lo estoy viendo. Que no me gusta nada de esta forma, tío. Yo pensaba, bueno, va a haber politiqueo, vamos a hablar con gentes. Es un juego de rol.
Is it true what they say? We heard stories of your accomplishments.
I'd wager.
I told you, Philip. Not everyone fights an archdemon and lives to tell. It's an inspiration.
If you like, Commander.
Ready? But
You don't be gone.
Philippe, you're right.
Might be something here. Better take a closer. That would be the second bell. Fashionably late now.
No soy pícaro.
Gaspard is waiting for his time.
Third bell. Crap. Now I'm just plain late.
Joder, basta. Basta. Si no me lo pones que hay que estar en X momento, en cada momento, no me hagas esta mierda, tío. ¿Quién es el que hace estas cosas de campanadas? Porque... Que les follen, tío. Es que de verdad, que les follen, pero muy fuerte. ¿Quién diseña estos niveles de mierda, tío?
You must write a new serial. Inquisitor.
Is there something you need?
Perhaps you could tell me about the Council of Heralds. What is its purpose?
Of course, my lord. The Council of Heralds.
Titles outside in the event that there is no clear inheritor to an estate.
I overheard you.
Who is that?
His serial.
We are so pleased you brought him with you this evening, Inquisitor.
Nothing.
Now that you met...
A great pity. The guard...
Another time.
Having fun, boss? I always enjoy canapes while surrounded by...
What's happened?
To be honest, everyone is on edge. And it's not...
Having...
My bro... I'm not much of a dancer these days.
I didn't...
I didn't know my book sold, so...
We can...
Just give...
I brought a few things for you to sign. Now where has that sign gone?
So, there's a priest. I'll get this. Just be patient. And I'll get it. But if I take the fox across with a second ring, no.
Stick with it.
Why does your book about the champion say so? About Prince Sebastian Bell?
Supongo. ¿Ves? Pasamos por este pasillo y baja reputación porque... Yo qué sé, tío, es... No me parece absurdo. No tengo ni idea de quién ha hecho esto.
Leave us.
Oh, por Dios. Al final me voy a cabrear, ¿eh?
You must admit, the work done in Cumberland is revolutionary.
I have yet to see the department, but the ambassador and the Marvel told me nothing else.
Bueno, le pasaré la info a Vivian y a ver qué ocurre, porque...
Inquisitor Adar. We met briefly. I am Grand Duchess Floriane de Chalon. Welcome to my party.
Why am I not?
This is Orlais, Inquisitor. Nothing happens by accident. I believe tonight you and I are both concerned by the actions of a certain person. Come, dance with me. Spies will not hear us on the dance floor.
Very well.
I'd be delighted. The Tal-Vashoth are hardly known for political maneuvering. Just what interest do you have in our little war?
I assure you, the effects of this war reach far beyond the borders of the...
Perhaps it does. I should not be surprised to find the Empire...
It took great effort. The security of the Empire is at stake. Neither one of us wishes to see it fall.
Do we both want that, Lady Floriane?
I hope we are of one mind on...
In times like these, it's hard to tell friend from foe. Is it not, Your Grace?
I know you are right. You are a curiosity to many, Inquisitor.
Nada más.
And a matter of
La bella y
concern
la
to
bestia.
some.
There's no need for...
Helping Orlais has a variety of meanings depending... Kindness to some. Do you even yet know who is friend and who is foe? Who in the court can be trusted?
I trust the...
In the Winter Palace. It cannot have escaped your notice that certain parties are engaged in dangerous machinations tonight.
I have...
You have little time. The attack will come soon. You must stop Gaspard before he strikes. In the Royal Wing Garden, you will find the captain of my brother's mercenaries. He knows all Gaspard's secrets. I'm sure you can persuade him to be forthcoming.
We'll see what the night has in store, won't we?
You'll be the talk of the court for months. We should take you dancing more often.
It's a relief to do something other than fight.
You still face demons and horror. Were you dancing with Duchess Floriane?
More importantly, what happened in the servants' quarters? I heard there was fight.
I hope you have good news. It appears the peace talks are crumbling.
Morrigan helped me get into the servants' quarters, where I found a group of Venatori and Gaspard's dagger.
The man would truly do anything to become Emperor. Warning Celine is pointless. Then perhaps we should let her die.
I thought we were here to stop the assassin.
Listen to me carefully, Inquisitor. What Corypheus wants is chaos. Even with Celine alive, that could still happen. To foil his plan, the Empire must remain strong. This evening...
And it doesn't need to be Celine. She's right.
Do you realize what you're
Sometimes the best path is not the easiest one.
I can't decide.
You must. You could speak to Celine.
If Gaspard is guilty, he'll admit nothing. If he's innocent...
What did Duchess Florian tell you?
She said Gaspard's mercenary captain is in the royal wing, that he knows about the assassination.
Which could be a trap.
Or a lead. Either way, you should search the private quarters in that wing.
Then get me
¿Quién
access.
hace
In the
estas
meantime, get your
mierdas?
soldiers
¿Por
into
qué pones
position.
politiqueo?
At once.
Hostia, tío, es
Be
que
careful,
me enfada
Inquisitor.
mucho. No sé, cuando haces estas cosas ponme un relojito, ponme, tienes X tiempo, tienes tal. No me vengas con tus chorradas de... Pero tengo que decirle cosas a...
How do things look out there? Are the negotiations over yet?
You were acquainted with my
Mistress Nightingale.
Still cannot believe
So many crimes of fashions.
we should never
I found this out.
We can use...
It's been
82.
too long since I've had any word from Valois.
Está aquí, prácticamente vengo yo y le puñalo y ya está, pero... Uff, que me molesta muchísimo todo esto. Este gilipollas aquí que...
We can only hope Celine prevails tonight.
Es que no hay razón para hacer absolutamente nada, es prácticamente... Uy.
Where is that lazy elf? I sent him down to the cellar for more wine hours ago.
It's been too long since I've had any word from Valois.
Buah, me encantaría...
I am not talking to you until we get home.
The reports from the Minratus Ambassadorial.
Interesting. I had no idea.
Joder.
Are we going to sneak around to look through the Empress's unmentionables now? Just how drunk are you, boss?
Estatuillas de estos. Perfecto.
Oh, thank you.
I hope you're not disappointed I stole your dance.
No one's supposed to be here. Briala said... Oh, I shouldn't have trusted her.
Briala told you to come to
Not personally. The ambassador can't be seen talking to the serf. We get coded messages at certain... She's been watching the Grand Duke all night. No surprise she wanted someone to...
This wing is...
Easy. The door was unlocked. One of the others probably...
Is there anyone else who...
I don't know. Any of us could do it, but... No.
So this room belongs to Grand Duchess...
It used to. This had been her private room in Halam Shiral since she was a... But this part of the palace was damaged, and the royal family...
What were you trying...
The message didn't say. I should have known it was a setup.
All sorts of people tonight are...
Briala probably knew it was dangerous and sent me... I knew. Now she wants to play revolution, but I remember. She was sleeping with the empress who purged our alienage.
Would you be willing to testify to that, if I asked?
Absolutely. If the...
Go to the ball.
Thank you.
What happened here?
Bien, me gusta.
You painted Orlesian assholes!
Inquisitor, what a pleasure. I wasn't certain you'd attend. You're such a challenge to read. I had no idea if you'd taken my bait.
I fear I'm a bit busy at the moment, if you were looking...
Yes, I see that. It was kind of you to walk into my trap so willingly. I was so tired of your meddling. Corypheus insisted that the Empress die tonight, and I would hate to disappoint him.
What exactly...
The what? I'll deliver the when he has ascended to godhood, I will rule all Thedas in his name.
You don't have to go through...
Oh, my dear. In their darkest dreams, no one imagined. All I need. A pity
Gracias por
you'll miss
contarme
the
tu
rest
plan.
of the ball, Inquisitor.
Ya sé quién
Kill
te va a
him
matar.
and bring me his marked hand. It will make a fine gift for the master.
To arms, Venatori!
Uy. A ver, seguramente.
Andraste's tits, what was all that? Were those demons? There aren't any more of those blasted demons coming, right?
Good eye. Those were definitely demons.
Maker bless me. Demons? How could there be demons in the fucking Winter Palace? I knew Gaspard was a bastard, but I didn't think he'd feed me to fucking horrors over a damn bill.
Duke Gaspard lured you out?
Well, his sister. But it had to come from him, didn't it? And all that garbage she was spewing doesn't mean anything. Gaspard had...
Your accent sounds Ferelden.
Born and raised in Denerim. The Duke wanted... So he hired me and my men. He had to offer us triple our usual pay to come to Orlais. Sticky.
I need you to tell that to the Emperor.
Impressively ruthless of Gaspard, if predictable.
Do these people ever not stab each other in the back? Just curious.
You saved my life. I owe you. And Gaspard still hasn't paid. You want me to talk to the Empress?
Vamos a ver armas. Aquí a ver si encuentro alguna cosa interesante. Vale, ya me parecía. Por aquí. ¡Oh! 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 Templarios o enanos. Vaya, interesante. Se puede ir por abajo. Ahora me estás... no sé, un contador o algo. Aquí arriba no hay nada interesante, ¿no? Vale. Venga, vamos a señalar y tal. Uf, tío, madre mía, qué asco de misión, ¿eh?
Thank the Maker you're back. The Empress will begin her speech soon. What should we do?
Que... Sí, venga.
The Grand Duchess is the assassin. Don't let her anywhere near the Empress.
Duchess? At once, Inquisitor.
Técnicamente es
Let
mejor.
all gathered attend. Her Imperial Majesty will now address the court.
Lords and ladies, as a nation, we mourn our sons and daughters, brothers and sisters, friends and lovers claimed by war. The sky is torn open, our divine is dead, and many fear the end of all things comes upon us. Orlais must stand as a bastion, a bulwark behind which all Fedas may take shelter. So has it stood for 1,000 years. So shall it ever stand. This would not have been possible without the efforts of many. Dear cousin, please step forward.
Grand Duchess, stand down!
Joder.
Now! For Corypheus, kill them all!
Cullen, protect the people!
Yes, Inquisitor.
Vaya mierda de inquisición que tengo. Wow, unos asesinos. Me encanta el... Me encanta rollo. Wow, madre mía, unos asesinos tal. Y de golpe hay inquisición. Y es useless as fuck. Ajá.
Beaten at every turn. You've taken the moment of my victory and left me in disgrace. And now you've chased a defenseless woman into the garden. Are you proud of yourself?
You were about to murder the Empress. We both know you're not defenseless.
True, you never were one to fall for my helpless damsel act. The night is still young. All I need to recover is to kill you, Inquisitor.
Me encanta. Ojalá, por favor, que se unan.
So good of you
Me da
to
igual esta
attend my
señora, pero
soirée.
los ninjas ahí de... Yo los ninjas.
Come back, Florin! Don't you want to dance?
que el otro era... Es que de verdad no... Era forma de morir, ¿eh? La encantadora Fiona está bastante muerta.
Your sister attempted regicide in front of the entire court, Gaspard.
You're the spy master. If anyone knew this atrocity was coming, it was you.
You don't deny your involvement.
I do deny it. I knew nothing of Florian's plans. But you knew it all and did nothing.
I don't know which is better. That you think I'm all-seeing, or that you're trying so hard to play innocent and fading.
Enough. We will not bicker while Tevinter plots against our nation. For the safety of the Empire, I will have answers.
I wouldn't have caught Florian in time without Briala's help.
You were working together?
Of course.
We have the note from your general ordering him to move troops covertly into the palace.
It was a defensive choice.
Keep talking, Gaspard. Eventually, you'll convince some...
There were also the threats Gaspard made to the count.
Gaspard is a bully. Is that the worst you can say of me?
And he murdered a Briala found...
In light of overwhelming... You are hereby sentenced to death.
You have enough proof to dissolve his support for the throne, Your Majesty. You don't need to take his...
As a favor to you, Gaspard, you are hereby...
Is that all?
Thank you, Inquisitor. I owe you my life. You have done a service for the Empire never to be forgotten, my friend.
Gold, cállate la
This
boca.
peace is your doing. You truly are the instrument of Andraste.
Los pectorales.
Orlais will never forget your part in this. Nor will I. Lords and ladies of the court, the civil war which has plagued us is at an end. The Orlesian Empire is whole again. Those who drove us into war for selfish gain have been dealt with as traitors. Gaspard de Chalon is guilty of treason. He is no longer our cousin, and shall never again hold title or land in Orlais. We have lost enough. No more! Now, we can move forward to healing and restoration. In our hour of need, the Inquisition has faced these dangers beside us. It is the honor of Orlais to stand with Andraste's herald to end this crisis. And in ages to come, our children and grandchildren can say that we left them a brighter world. Will you
Y luego todo se irá a la mierda. Ah, toma por culo.
Our enemy is clever. He manipulated the highest... If we want...
We of the court, but that is tomorrow. Tonight...
The Orlesian nobility make drunken toasts to your victory, and yet you are not present to hear them. Do you tire so quickly of their congratulations, Inquisitor? 'Tis most fickle, after all your efforts on their behalf.
Everyone suddenly wants to talk to me. You would...
Then I have happy... By if Celine wishes to offer you any and all aid, including mine. Congratulations. The assignment has been given to me, regardless. Celine knows you will require... Regardless, Corypheus is a threat to Orlais and to myself. Thus...
Welcome to the...
A most gracious response. I shall meet you.
Buah. Hay alguien que va a flipar bastante cuando la vea.
Is everything all right? You look troubled.
I'm just worn out. The night is...
It was a tumult. Is there anything I can do? Can I get you anything? A drink, perhaps?
Bien, ahora vamos a lo importante. Vamos a hablar con Morgan y luego vamos a hablar con la otra. A ver qué nos dicen. Porque ambas se conocen. Muy bien. No me acuerdo si en el Orient eran solamente 2 compañeros. Por tanto, yo me imagino que la mayoría de gente, sus compañeros siempre eran ellas. Porque eran las más carismáticas.
The matter is urgent, Lady Josephine.
I am well aware of that, revered mother.
We will need them to return to...
That's quite
My Lord Inquisitor. Please, may I have a word with you?
How may I assist you,
With the political turmoil put to rest, our minds turn to a single question. The next...
I have already told you, revered mother. Lady Leliana and Seeker Cassandra can...
But surely with the support of the Empire, the Inquisition will not be harmed by the loss of just 2 souls.
Why do you need Liliana and...
They were Her Holiness's most trusted advisors. They represent her legacy, her hopes for peace in Phaedas. They could rally the Grand Clerics to follow as no candidate from the clergy has been able to.
Liliana and Cassandra are candidates to...
Not yet. But there is precedent. Lady Liliana and Seeker Cassandra were Justinia's most trusted friend. Our late divine is still held in high esteem. To honor her...
How long does the...
Several months, at least. If one of them is crowned divine, she would not be returning to the Inquisition.
These aren't just any 2 people. They are key...
For the sake of Phaedas.
This will have to be settled later. The Inquisitor has... You must... Don't let them detract from your victory at Hala. The support of the Empire should make our... Varric is eager to help his friend Hawk.
Pero que creo que hablarle primero con Morrigan, a ver si me dice algo.
I'm sorry.
So am I.
Inquisitor. But as dear Josephine says, it's no...
I hope I'm not...
The commander was just delivering... You must blame me for this.
I wasn't going to bring it up.
I didn't know what the Red Temp... When the first of my look... If it stayed... I was afraid to lose my agents.
You look out for your people.
Is it? They understand that the Inquisition may call upon them to give their lives.
True. There are soldiers.
If Corypheus is cold. Our agents have encountered more followers of their leader. I propose we stop the Venatori before they find what they seek.
Do you know?
Only that She was a name like that is meant to assure the Venatori they follow in.
Calpurnia must be up to...
I will not. They've invested. I propose that you meet with Vicinius. Flatter him.
Vicinius sounds like...
Born in...
What's that?
He's unremarkable. I could...
What if
It never hurts to... They have contacts and spies, just as we do. The sooner you...
We need him to...
Vicinius could be a you. I'll make her... Hopefully you... So it's true. Some look to Cassandra. Of course, with the other candidates out of the picture.
Is becoming divine some...
When Justinia was alive, I would have laughed at any... Things have changed. Restoring the Chantry will be like trying to steer a sinking vessel through a storm.
No one would fault you for...
Out of the ship. And you think Thedas hates mages now? If the... Look at all that's happened. Without the Chantry to guide, that hatred will spiral out of control.
Wow.
They will continue, but this is a reports of fade rifts and demons. The only you have to seal them. Your legend will spread, and Thedas will learn to trust the Inquisition.
Anything I...
Celine has, at the moment. Once that is done, we will.
I'll leave it.
Vale, seguramente me ha dado misiones nuevas. Hay que hablar con tanta gente.
Now this is a hall worthy of the Inquisition.
Vamos a juzgar a gente.
Mayor Gregory Dedrick of Crestwood is present for betraying his own constituents. He confesses that, 10 years ago, he flooded Old Crestwood to kill refugees and villagers touched by the Blight. The mayor claims it was to spare the rest of Crestwood, but we only have his word.
He's pleading guilty while claiming...
There's no cure for the Blight. But I couldn't convince anyone to leave a sick child or husband behind.
So you herded the infected into one place and flooded Old Crestwood? Were no innocents caught in the water?
Nearly everyone in the village... Have mercy. I couldn't tell the survivors I'd drowned their own families to save them. I couldn't.
You committed murder on Ferelden's. Send him to Denerim.
In prison? Maker.
Vamos a ver rápido todos ellos.
First, this wasn't my idea. It is an issue born of titles and heir apparency and... Halam Shiral is having difficulty freeing trade routes formerly controlled by... Had she been tried, her assets would be forfeit and considerable bureaucracy avoided. So they ask that we judge her.
Are you serious? I did my part. She's dead.
That was the time allotted for rebuttal. Her crimes negated any claim to... Forgive me, there is...
Strangely enough, something similar happened to an uncle of Emperor Leandra II. His trade routes were returned to the reigning monarch. Why don't we just follow suit?
A wise choice.
Vale. Uf, tengo que cambiar la decoración sí o sí, es feísimo.
Any news on why Corypheus is sending people to explore elven ruins of all things? No, I suspect he keeps the reason secret, even from his inner circle. Inquisitor?
Wow, madre mía.
Any Venatori activity?
If my agents find anything, you will be the first to know.
Magos. Policía de magos parece lo mejor.
Inquisitor.
Will you not consider it, Lady Cassandra? The clerics are still sequestered. If no one steps forward, they will debate until...
And you think I could? I've heard enough for one day.
Is there a problem?
Mother Giselle is kind, and she means well. I assume you've heard that because of what happened at Hallam. So now the Chantry bandies our names about without even asking us first.
How can you and Liliana be...
It's not without precedent. Liliana and I were, at least, part of the Chantry hierarchy. It would...
If they'll pick not?
Because you're a man, first and foremost. If they name you a candidate, they may as well join the Tevinter Imperium. Truly, though, I imagine it's because they're frightened of... A weight such as yours would break the sunbed. I just don't know why they believe Liliana or I would be any better.
Why even consider it?
I care. The Chantry should provide faith, hope. Instead...
I'm surprised to hear you...
Oh? Am I not the same woman who declared the Inquisition in all my years? But now my faith demands something else. That I see with better eyes.
Many extraordinary...
I'm not so certain. Did you know Varric is Andrastian? Oh, he blasphemed, but he would never step... It needs to change. Perhaps I must be the one to change it.
Your determination is admirable.
Some men would call...
I'm not those men. You're not the only cat.
Liliana says she wishes to follow Justinia's legacy. But she and Justinian knew Liliana would cast it all aside and start over, I think.
What would you change?
The Circle of Magi has... Let the... We must be vigilant. That is what I would change.
I have in...
I cannot ask you to do that.
You don't have to.
If you think that is the right... I suppose... For now... I can keep staring at this, but I won't get any closer.
Something might...
Yes. You recall the demon at... We never... Indeed. I have a growing suspicion Corypheus...
Why imprison?
Not... But yet a demon... There must be a trail we can follow. Yet...
But they could have
Seekers do not... I assume Corypheus gained... To do the same... That... We're missing a piece of the puzzle, Inquisitor. I need to find it.
Finding them obviously.
I left them. I cannot... But if we can...
Madre mía. A ver, quedar algo con ella.
I understand if resources cannot be spared. Still, it could involve a threat we are unaware of.
So?
So I am informed.
Is that something?
Why should what I want matter?
Why shouldn't?
It is very simple. I have never believed in asking enough, so I look upon this as an opportunity. I owe it to myself and all of Thedas to seek the Sunburst throne.
There are other ways.
Perhaps. I may not have a choice in the matter if the Chantry clerics pick another. This that ancient order gets into far more...
That's enough for now.
Another...
Vale, vamos a ver qué...
Oh, Bells, it's you. Morris, stores are growing, and so long as we have fair coin to restock, you and yours will be well served.
What makes you...
My family...
And your...
My
And your...
To be honest, I am the next. But I will rise to the occasion. Skyhold will want for nothing. I swear it.
How's it go?
With Skyhold shining... I think I like...
The previous court...
I believe she continues to serve, just...
There are problems.
There are although... I couldn't suggest how. That is...
As you were.
We are here for you. Consider it done.
Nada, kunai. Nada, cera. Historia 25. Árbol. 18. ¿Cómo lo dejo como está? Vivian. Falta solas, está guay. A ver, Barrick. Barrick está guay. Vale. Pues nada, vamos a dejarlo por aquí. Es un buen momento ahí. Hemos hecho misión principal. Hemos hecho lo que hemos podido. Y el politiqueo no es lo suyo de este juego. Pero está guay. Así que, bueno, está bien. Pues nada. Chao.